I've been doing photography as a hobby for as long as I can remember. I had an opportunity when I moved to Calgary to take some courses at the College of Art and Design. I did a series of courses in color theory, two-dimensional design, and finally I took some jewelry classes. I fell in love with moving metal, manipulating metal and creating with metal. So from that I moved into doing production line jewelry. This exhibition is a series of 15 miniature metal landscapes. They're all landscapes of Alberta's rural settlement-era churches. The exhibition also includes 15 stories, 15 histories of these buildings, because it's their story that I wanted to tell with this exhibition. It's not just the pieces in themselves, it's the story that goes with those pieces. This exhibition has taken me completely in a completely different direction. And I love doing these buildings. I love telling the stories. I love creating one-of-a-kind pieces. So having been a production jeweler for 18 years, I love now doing one-of-a-kind pieces, each with its own challenge, each with its own reward. The creative process, it starts with very basically choosing which building to do, which church. And I found when I was photographing them that some of these buildings spoke to me. Their energy was unique. The aura about them was unique. And I realized at the photography level that this is one that its story needs to be told. In order to create these pieces, I took a series of photographs of the churches, and I separate different features within that photograph on the computer into different layers: background, midground, foreground. These features, or these layers, are then glued onto the metal, and I cut out each of these layers separately. I have 3 different metals I use: bronze, copper, and silver. And each one lends itself to representing a different kind of feature, either color-wise or contrast-wise. After I cut out the various pieces, I texture the surface to represent the siding, the trees, the grass. Then I reassemble the pieces and rivet them together as a block. Oh yeah, there's the final piece. My vision for this exhibition was that it had to travel to rural Alberta. These stories needed to be told in the communities near where these churches do exist or did exist. The traveling exhibition program enabled me to get this exhibition out to those communities, into the schools, into the libraries. It enables me to tell the stories of these communities in the communities that they belong in. The settlers who came here worked really hard to create their own homes, to feed their families, but there was a real need within all of them to create a house of worship. These churches and synagogues became the center of the community. It turned the settlement into a community. And I wanted to tell the story of what happened to those communities. A lot of the times the community moved. The climate wasn't the best for farming. The railway was built 20 miles north. The highway went 20 miles south. People moved away from the communities. These buildings are the remnants.